Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for watching today. Today is Monday, February 20th. And today's topic is, do you value your time? Do you really value your time? And are you putting your time to the best income generating tasks that you can? So why I want to bring up this topic is when I'm talking to more and more agents every day, so many of them put in time without evaluating if it's the best way, efficient way of what they need to accomplish, like prospecting and talking to clients and showing homes and listing appointments and qualifying the people that you're talking to. Because again, throughout your day, your job, your number one goal is to talk to as many people as possible, spend as much time as possible with the many different people throughout the day. So when you're in conversations with people, you got to qualify, when you're making a call, you're prospecting or meeting someone face to face or door knocking or doing anything to connect with people, you got to evaluate how much time am I going to spend with these people. So start with prospecting first, because sometimes you get on the phone with people and you might be, if you, hopefully good, these are people that you've been talking to for weeks, months, years, and you should have notes on your prospects on how many leads did they give you? How many referrals did they give you? Example, if you're talking to someone making calls today, say you called 10 different people, all people you've been following up with over the last 5 years, say, did they been in your database? You should know before making that call how many referrals they've given you, how much business they've given you, a dollar amount of what quality of prospect they are. So you know how much time to spend. If you've made, and you go back on your notes before you make a call and you see you've called them, 3 times, 4 times a year, have conversations with them, and it's been over 5 years, that's 20, say it's like 20 calls you've talked with people and you got 0 leads, 0 referrals from them, and they're not looking to buy or sell anytime soon. You've just been following up with them. That's someone, that's a 2-minute, 3-minute call, just checking in on what's going to, make a good script to get off the phone with those people. You can't spend a half hour with all those people. Again, imagine it's a half-hour conversation over 20 calls. It's 10 hours you spent on these people with 0 income, all in hopes. So the point I'm getting at is that all those calls you're making is not always just to qualify them to when they're going to buy or sell, is that they should be giving you referrals and to add to your database. Make them income generating calls, not just them, and qualify them and how much time you're going to spend with them and how often you're going to talk to them. You should be moving up the calls the more times they give you referrals and add to your database and connections, and take them off some calls. If you have so many people on your database, you're like, these are people I got to call twice a year, not 4 times a year. Now, next, and I go on and on and on about that, but I'm happy to talk with you one-on-one on having a game plan. Next, valuing your time with showing people homes. When the market shifts and things slow down for agents compared to the last 2 years, not going to go off on a tangent about the market. Any agent that's been in this business, I'll say this once, say you've been in the business 5 years, 10 years, basically the market's is reshifting and going back to where it should have been 2 years ago. I see it in our company numbers. I see it in the national numbers. The last 2 years, like an example, just our office, the last 2 years, we were up over close to 40% from 2000 to the end of 2001, almost 40% increase. That's insane. That doesn't happen. I was telling agents this for the last 2 years. It's not going to keep on going up. It's going to go down. The numbers are going to go down. They're going to resurface or readjust to where it normally should have been in 2001. So our numbers this year, I know as an office, as a company, as nationally, will go back to what it should have been in 2001, a normal increase in business in compared to 2000. Some agents are not going to be able to handle it. They're going to, based on their business, think they were to keep going up. Not going to happen unless you work harder. But the point I'm getting is that a lot of the agents I'm talking to, when I see they're making adjustments to their business and not not valuing their time. What I mean by that was showing people homes. All of a sudden, the calls are coming in. Anybody that wants to see a house, they go out there and showing. They're not doing their due diligence of, okay, this buyer called, this prospect called off a listing, online lead, or someone referred someone, and you're letting your kind of guard down on your time and not pre-qualifying these people and going showing houses. I'm hearing this from several loan officers that I'm close to, because they're seeing more and more agents calling them for pre-approvals after they've been showing them houses, and have to give them the bad news that they're not qualified to buy the house they want to put an offer on tonight or tomorrow, but they've already shown them the houses. So we're kind of seeing this already. I'm through the loan officers that I'm close to agents I'm talking to, because they have some agents that are like, oh, I showed 5 houses to these people this week and they want to see houses, and now we're going to get them to a loan officer. Don't do that. I know it's hard sometimes, because sometimes we as agents don't want them to just call another agent that will not give them the stipulation, like, hey, this also happens when it becomes more of a buyer's market. When a house has been sitting on the market for a couple weeks, couple months, there's usually not what's the word I'm looking for, urgency of the seller to see a pre-approval before they even look at an offer, because they just want an offer. So when it becomes more of a buyer's market, there's more lax in agents pre-qualifying them and valuing their time and showing houses. There's sellers that'll just say, show me an offer. I don't care if they're pre-approved or not. I just want an offer. And then they accept an offer, find out that pre-approval was a very basic pre-approval, and then things fall through. And then you spend all of that time running through the offer, getting it accepted, doing all that time, not valuing your seller's time to find out these buyers aren't going to go further because you didn't do a quality pre-approval beforehand. So there's so many different aspects of this topic of valuing your time, and are you making sure that you are efficient with making it income generating and to its highest level, and that you know that you're putting yourself in positions to make sure you're getting paid for your time as best as possible. Now, you're never going to be 100%. There's always going to be some type of part of our time, a risk of our time, that we don't get paid. It just happens to all realtors. No one's 100%. Like, I got paid on everything I've ever done in real estate. No, that's not how it works. But there are things that you could do and think about and value your time, and making sure it's income generating, it's to the most efficient, or gives you the best possibility of making a payout of what the things that you're doing. Because I've seen it so many times. When we had agents, how many times I've had agents, gosh, I wish I had a nickel for every time an agent said they lost an offer and they showed houses, and they were showing houses and a couple years ago, and there's multiple offers and never got them accepted and lost out. Now this is going to turn to the reverse side. Going to be showing houses, and I'm going to hear more and more agents go, well, the buyer, it fell through because the buyer didn't have financing, or the buyer, this, or the buyer that, or someday you're going to have buyers that there's so many houses on the market, they can't even make a decision, and they're just going to freeze because there's too many decisions and they don't want to know. There's going to be a market where you have buyers, there's so many houses coming on the market, they don't want to make a decision to buy this house after they've seen 20 houses, because every week there's new houses coming on the market, and they're like, might be a better one, let's just wait, there might be even a better one. Yes, that's going to happen someday. Hopefully you're still in real estate. It might be 2 years from now, it might be 5 years from now, but there will be a time when there's someone wants to go buy a house. It's somewhere under $200,000, and there's 40 houses in a particular market that are in that price range, and you can't see all of them. And then every week there's 5 more, 6 more coming on the market, and the buyer goes, you're showing them auto You're getting the auto emails from the MLS every day. They're like, new one, new one, new one. And the buyer goes, I don't know. I just want to wait and see if a new one comes on. When the last couple of years, we were like, I'll take this one because we don't know when the next house is going to come on the market. Yes, that will happen someday. History repeats itself. I've been in the business 30 years, and you're going to have to rechange you're valuing your time with people. It's a whole nother video I hope to do someday, is to how to handle a buyer that can't make a decision because new houses are coming on the market, and it's such a buyer's market. There's more houses on the market than buyers. Can't wait to do that one. So that's it for today. It went longer than I thought, of course, but remember, I'm here for you if you want to go more in detail, doing some scripts, some dialogues and some ideas. I'm happy to do that for you with this topic. It's a great topic. So that's it for Monday. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow on Tuesday. Bye-bye.